Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition show where I preview and predict the 2023 NBA in-season tournament. This is a new activity that the league decided to do. Everybody participates regular season games that count towards the tournament standings and the knockout round. And finally played at T-Mobile Arena, the home of the Vegas Golden Knights. The group stage and quarterfinals will be at the home arenas throughout the league. So 3 groups per conference, Group A, Group B, Group C. All right, Group A in the West, Memphis, Phoenix, Lakers, Utah, Portland. Group B in the West, Denver, Clippers, New Orleans, Dallas, Houston. Group C, Sacramento, Golden State, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, San Antonio. Eastern Conference, Group A, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Atlanta, Indiana, Detroit. Group B in the East, Milwaukee, New York, Miami, Washington, Charlotte. In Group C, Boston, Brooklyn, Toronto, Chicago, and Orlando. Alrighty. So now I'm going to predict how each group will play out. And then I predict who makes the knockout round and tiebreakers and whatnot and who wins the title. Alright, Eastern Conference Group A. I have a surprise winner for this group, and it's not the team that everybody think it may be. The team I have winning this group is the Atlanta Hawks. I like how their draw is set up. I have them going 3-1. I have them defeating Philly and Indiana. And the one game I have them dropping is at Cleveland, where I think that the Cavaliers are going to be healthy by then. And in second, I have the Philadelphia 76ers at 3-1. I have them losing to the Hawks, but winning the rest of the 3 games. Third, I have the Indiana Pacers at 2-2. I don't like how they've looked so far in the season. In fourth, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers 2-2. Cleveland just isn't healthy right now, so that's why I have them going only 2-2. And then the Pistons I have at fifth at 0-4. I just don't like this draw for Detroit. And that's a team that's just trying to sort things out. Maybe they luck out with an injury on somebody's team or whatnot, but I don't like how their draw's set up. All right, Group B, I have winning the group, the Milwaukee Bucks. I have them going 3-1. With their one loss being at Miami in a playoff rematch. Coming in second in Group B, I have at 3-1 the New York Knicks. I like how this broke for the Knicks. Their one road game that's probably the hardest for them is Milwaukee. They get Miami at home, which is big, and then Charlotte stinks, and Washington stinks. So I think this broke well for the Knicks, but the Bucks get the tiebreaker, the head-to-head. In third, I have it 2-2 the Miami Heat. I don't like how this broke for Miami. They lucked out with Milwaukee at home, but at the Knicks is going to be hard, and I think they drop an unexpected game at Washington. Or, I'm sorry, at Charlotte it would be, not at Washington. Fourth place, I actually have the Washington Wizards at 1-3. They get Charlotte at home. They can win that game, but the rest of their slate is hard. Maybe somebody's injured on New York, like RJ Barrett or whatever, and they can take advantage there. But I don't like this Wizards team. And then I have Charlotte at 1-3, also at the Cellar. I have their one win being at home against Miami, because I could see that being, Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo is randomly hurt, and Brandon Miller goes off for 35 points. Group C in the East. I have winning the group with the record of 4-0, the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics right now are probably the best team in the NBA, if not the second best team. Their schedule in group play broke really well. Brooklyn and Chicago at home, and at Toronto, at Orlando. At Toronto's tricky, and so is at Orlando, but they're significantly better than both of those teams. Second in Group C, I have with a record of 2-2, the Orlando Magic. I think Orlando can surprise people. At home, they have Boston and Toronto. I think they beat Toronto at home. And the road games are at Brooklyn, at Chicago, and they can split those. In third, I have at 2-2 the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors, I think, are an interesting team. They play well defensively. Their offense still has to get going. They have Chicago at home, easy game. Their two roads are at Brooklyn and at Orlando. They're both winnable too, but I think they split those. And then, obviously, home Boston's tough. Fourth place in Group C, 1-3, the Chicago Bulls. I do have the Bulls winning a game. I have them potentially winning the home game against Brooklyn tomorrow night, November 3rd. So I could see them winning that game. I don't like how Brooklyn's looked. And I don't like how Chicago's looked either, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And then I have Brooklyn also at 1-3 in the cellar of this. Brooklyn, I have under Chicago because I have Chicago over Brooklyn as like a tiebreaker, just head-to-head. All right, Western Conference Group A. I have winning Group A in the West, 3-1 record in Group play, the Los Angeles Lakers. This is, to me, the best team in Group A. LeBron James still looks like LeBron James. Anthony Davis is not injured right now, but he's off to a slowish start. Austin Reeves is finally going to get going. The one game I have them dropping is a road contest at the Suns. Second place, a surprising second place in Group A with the record of 3-1. The Utah Jazz. Yes, the Jazz. The Jazz have been spunky so far this season, and I think that Lauri Markkanen or even some of their other guys like Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton can carry them in games. It breaks well for them from a schedule standpoint. They're only the game they're most likely to lose is at the Lakers on November 21st, but the two home games are very winnable against Phoenix and Portland, and you never know with Phoenix with their injury situation. In third in this group, I have the record of 2-2, the Phoenix Suns. This Phoenix team, not healthy right now. Lakers and Portland home. Their road games are at Memphis and at Utah. That just screams 2-2 for me. In fourth, I have the record of 1-3 to Portland Trailblazers. Portland's getting Memphis at the right time without Ja Morant, and I think that's a winnable game for them tomorrow night. But they could very easily go 0-4. And Scoot Henderson's hurt too, which is a problem. And in fifth, I have it 1-3 the Memphis Grizzlies. I do have them beating the Phoenix Suns on November 24th. Or is it the Jazz? I forget who I have them beating. I have them beating Phoenix. I think it was Phoenix. So I have the Jazz losing to the Lakers. And I have them beating Memphis. So I do have them beating the Suns at home, and maybe Ja's back for that. I really haven't done the math. And then we don't know what the Suns with their injury situation. In Group C, I have winning this group with the record of 3-1, the Minnesota Timberwolves. This Timberwolves team is a lot of fun. I skipped Group B. But we'll go back to Group B. So Group C, I have Minnesota winning Group C. I think this could be a big moment for Anthony Edwards. I think Rudy Gobert will do a good job with the defense. I like how the schedule breaks for them in this tournament, and I think their loss will probably be at Golden State on November 14th. In second, I have in this group with the record of 2-2, the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento's looked like they've regressed from last year so far, and they have an interesting draw. The Golden State game's humongous. It's a playoff rematch. Third, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder at 2-2. I think they can absolutely beat the Warriors tomorrow night. Spurs is winnable. And the 2 road games are at Sacramento and at Minnesota, which are hard. In 4th, I have the Golden State Warriors. I think the Warriors are a disappointment in the play-in. Or not the play-in, but the in-season tournament. In terms of big name, big star teams, I think Golden State is a disappointment. I don't like how the draw broke for them. 2 very hard road games. And in the cellar at 1-3 of the San Antonio Spurs. I do have them winning a game. I think they can absolutely win that Kings game, or they can win the Minnesota game. Those 2 road games at Golden State and at Thunder are very hard. And back to Group B, I have winning the group with a record of 4-0, the Denver Nuggets. You can't go against the reigning NBA champions. You just can't, and I think they go undefeated. They're healthy, and they have the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. I have second with a record of 2-2 in this, the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks are undefeated right now. They're playing good basketball. But I don't like how this broke for them. But if they catch the Pelicans, say, without Zion or Ingram, then they could easily go 3-1. With the record of 2-2 in 3rd place, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. We'll see how they look with Harden. They have to go to Denver, too, and they have to face Luka on the road, too. In 4th with a record of 1-3 to Houston Rockets. Rockets still coming together, new team. Their best bet to win a game is the home Pelicans game on November 10th, so that's next Friday. And I have the Pelicans at 1-3 also in 5th. Their best shot to win a game would be the home game against Dallas or at Houston. And I have them beating Dallas. Let's say that the big 3 all play and the Mavs guys around Luka kind of falter. All right, so obviously in the knockout round would be Atlanta, Milwaukee, Boston, Lakers, Nuggets, Timberwolves. And then the second place teams and the so there's one wild card from each conference, and then the group runner up with the best group stage record. So the second place teams: Philadelphia, New York, Orlando. Philadelphia and New York I have going 3-1. But I think Philadelphia will win tiebreaker because the tiebreakers, I think, would go to point differential. So that's Philadelphia. So I think Philadelphia is your wild card. And then a surprising wild card in the knockout round in the West. I only have one team with a 3-1 record in the group stage that doesn't win their group, and that is the Utah Jazz. So, December 4th and 5th are the quarterfinals. So the East 1 seed against the East 4 seed, so that would be the Sixers at the Celtics from TD Garden, which would be an amazing game. Playoff rematch, obviously. Best guy in the court would be Jason Tatum, so Celtics over the Sixers. And then the East 2 seed against the East 3 seed. So the Hawks and the Bucks in theory will both be 3-1. But I think the Bucks will have a larger point differential, so they'll be the 2 seed. Atlanta's the 3 seed in that scenario. So the game will be in Milwaukee, and this will be a Giannis and Dame show, so give me the Bucks there. And then it would be the Nuggets hosting the Jazz, which would be amazing. The Jazz in the knockout round. You know we're going to have some surprise teams in there. And I have 2 of them, the Hawks and the Jazz. And everyone is expecting the Sixers to win that group. And then a wild card potentially being the Knicks or maybe even Atlanta, maybe the Pacers. But yeah, we're going to see some weird wild cards and weird teams in this, and I have 2 of them. And I know everyone's going to expect to see the Suns potentially in there, the Clippers, maybe the Thunder, maybe Golden State, maybe Sacramento. But nope, I have Utah in there. I have Utah at Denver for one of the West quarterfinals in Denver. That team isn't stopping Jokic, so I'll give you the Nuggets over the Jazz. And then it would be, let's say the Timberwolves at the Lakers, because I think the Lakers would have a larger point differential. So T-Wolves at Lakers from the building formerly known as Staples Center. Crypto.com Arena, that's the name of it. And I think that LeBron and AD will be healthy, so give me the Lakers over the T-Wolves. Semifinals, we have a semifinal rematch from the playoffs 2 years ago between the Celtics and the Bucks. That game will be in Vegas, which will be a lot of fun. Jason Tatum always plays well against the Bucks, so give me the Celtics over the Bucks. And then we have the Western Conference Finals rematch from this past year between the Lakers and the Nuggets from Vegas. And guess what? And it's also a rematch for opening night. We're going to have the same outcome. The Nuggets, I feel like, have kind of owned the Lakers over the past couple years, other than the bubble. So, and Jokic is the best guy on the court. So give me the Nuggets over the Lakers in the semis. And then the championship from Vegas will be between the Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I would be somewhat surprised if this is not the championship, because it just feels right. They're the best 2 teams in the NBA. You have not the reigning MVP, but the reigning Finals MVP in Nikola Jokic. It should be reigning 3-time NBA MVP in Nikola Jokic. He's obviously the best player in the world. Jason Tatum, I think, is primed to become a perennial MVP candidate if he isn't already. And I think that finals experience from 2 years ago helped him in the big way. I think the Celtics are a better team now than they were a year ago. And you could argue they're a safer bet than the Denver Nuggets because of the rookies that Denver's relying on, and Bruce Brown's gone, and I think Joe Mazzulla has a better staff around him. I really, really do. And listen, Mike Malone's obviously a better coach than Joe Mazzulla. That's obvious, but I just think the Celtics will get more stops, and I think that will be the difference. They have a better defense than Denver, and that's why I strongly believe that this is the Celtics' tournament to have. So give me the Boston Celtics over the Denver Nuggets in the 2023 NBA in-season tournament. And tournament MVP will be Jason Tatum, and then everyone's going to be talking about him as the MVP favorite for the season, like I predicted he would be before the season. So there you have it for the in-season tournament predictions. I'm going to reveal my line projections on the games as we do the podcasts on those respective dates of the games. So the Tuesday games will be on TNT, and the Friday games will be on ESPN. I think you'll see like the big name announcers throughout the tournament. I expect Mike Breen, Doris Burke, and Doc Rivers to be on Knicks Bucks tomorrow night. And no, they're going to be at Mavs Nuggets. I think that is surprising. And then Knicks Bucks is Ruocco, Jefferson, and Redick. I would have flipped the 2 groups. I don't like that at all. Maybe it's just the salty Knicks fan wanting Mike Breen to call every Knicks game. I guess that's not the case. Mike Breen should be at Knicks Bucks. I mean, I'm surprised he's not. And then Ryan Ruocco should be doing the other game. But maybe just to give the Nuggets respect because they won the title. That's understandable. But it's not Lakers Nuggets. It's the freaking Mavericks, for crying out loud. But, hey. And then it's going to be interesting to see who gets the TNT assignments. It's probably going to be, like Ian Eagles, Stan Van Gundy, or Brian Anderson and Stan Van Gundy, and then Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller, depending on the locations. And I think it's also dependent on Kevin Harlan's travel schedule because he does all the NFL stuff. And so does Ian Eagle. Ian Eagle calls the Thursday night games on the radio, and then Kevin Harlan does the Monday night games on the radio. But I'm absolutely appalled that Mike Breen is not in Milwaukee with the Knicks. Because the Knicks always tend to get the favoritism from the media or from ESPN by having their own announcer do the games, just like opening night. Like, there's a reason Mike Breen, Doris Burke, and Doc Rivers did Knicks Celtics on opening night, because Mike Breen is the voice of the New York Knicks and the NBA, of course. But I'm absolutely appalled that Mike Breen is not in Milwaukee. But hey, like I said, sometimes they want to move Mike around a little bit, and I think that there would be some Buck fans and non-Knicks fans that are being like, a little bit nepotism towards the Knicks because Mike calls their games. So it's going to be interesting with the rest of the in-season tournament. And TNT for Tuesday's in-season tournament. Oh, wait, there is no games on Tuesday because it's election day. So all in-season tournament games Friday. So Nets Celtics is ESPN. Lakers Suns is ESPN. Then Tuesday the 14th, TNT Spurs Thunder and Clippers Nuggets. Friday November 17th, ESPN's Kings Spurs and Suns Jazz. Tuesday the 21st, TNT's Cavs Sixers and Jazz Lakers. And then Black Friday, 2:30 NBA TV, Celtics Magic, 5 o'clock NBA TV, Suns Grizzlies, 7:30 ESPN Heat Knicks, and then 10 o'clock ESPN Spurs Warriors. And then Tuesday, November 28th, TNT doubleheaders, Bucks Heat and Warriors Kings. So that's the nationally televised games for the in-season tournament. So there you have it for the in-season tournament podcast. Like I said, Celtics are going to win it. And before we go, I want to do some futures. So the winner, the Celtics are 8-1. The Bucks are plus 850. Denver's plus 850. Celtics 8-1 easily the best bet. I love the Hawks to win Group A at 5-1. What's the Celtics to go 4-0 in group play? I'm surprised that's not up there. Or Denver. Oh, it's Group A specials. So the Celtics to go 4-0 is plus 145. And then Denver to go 4-0 is plus 420. I like that. The in-season tournament MVP. The favorite's Kevin Durant at 61. That's ridiculous. My guy, Jason Tatum. Okay, why is Jaylen Brown 32-1? Why don't I see Tatum? Tatum's odds are like down. But that is clearly who I think should be it. And I don't know why his odds aren't up there, but I also like Luka 23-1. But yeah, Jokic and Tatum are not up, which is insane. The West Group A winner, I like the Lakers at plus 180. Group B winner, the value's on the Knicks at plus 340 if they can beat the Bucks. Value on Group C, I think the Raptors in Orlando at plus 550 and plus 850 respectively. West Group A, I said Lakers. Values on the Jazz at plus 950. West Group B winner, the Nuggets at plus money. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The Nuggets at plus money to win Group B. And a West Group C winner, I like Minnesota at plus 380. All right, so I'm going to parlay a couple of these together. Milwaukee, Boston, and Denver to win their respective groups is plus 725. I'm going to weigh a fifth of a unit on that. That is insane. And the other one I'm going to bet... I'm going to do a quarter unit on the Timberwolves to win Group C. And a quarter unit on the Hawks to win Group A. And then want to bet a half unit on the Celtics to win the tournament altogether, which is absolutely amazing odds. Like, I don't see how the Celtics don't win this tournament. And I think it's ridiculous that the tournament MVP, there's nowhere to be found for Jokic and Tatum. And Giannis is not there either. Neither's Embiid. There's a lot of players not up. Like LeBron's 26-1, that's good value. Where's Brunson? Jalen Brunson's not up either. That's ridiculous. SGA 26-1's fun. What about Markkanen on Utah? 55-1. Yeah, so where's Brunson? Where's Embiid? Where's Tatum? Where's Jokic? Both Laker guys are there. I don't see any of the Kawhi's 60, Paul George is 60. Harden and Westbrook are up there. Westbrook's up there twice, which is stupid. But my favorite long shot, like in the hundreds, Porzingis 140-1's fun. So is RJ Barrett 140-1 if he could just carry the Knicks. Drew Holiday 110-1, but the in-season tournament MVP odds are fun too. So I am also going to bet the Celtics a half unit to win this whole thing as well. And my favorite special is the Nuggets to go 4-0 in group play games for West Group B. All right, so there you have it for the show finally. This was fun to do, and I'm going to listen back at this at the end of the in-season tournament to see how I do. Enjoy the day, everybody.